Here we go, baby, once again. I love talking to you guys first and not second. I told the people on the bench we have to go first in the press conference. Just kidding. So, we are here today after just an unbelievably resilient game, after, back-to-back games. We're just a team that just refuses to give in to any kind of problems. I mean, we're solving them. They're a group of kids that just continue to learn and grow and depend on each other. And I told them at the beginning of the game, how proud I was of them. I feel like a proud parent. And then at the end, it was just it just continued. They continue to surprise me in how they can just execute. Just little things like one of our coaches, Spiros, went over a play with Mac. Is one of the reasons why I have her here. Did it to perfection, and they scored a goal off it. And it's just like I look up at Spiros, and I'm like, it's unbelievable, right? So these kids just will not quit. They will do whatever we say. They play for each other. They play for the six. They bleed six, and I can't say enough. So I got Mackenzie MacNeil with me, and I got Taytum Clairmont, and they're both fabulous kids. And if you notice, we have a different player up here all the time because we have so many weapons and so many people that deserve the opportunity to be with us. So again, thanks you guys for being here.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get started with Angelica from the Ice Garden.
Angelica, you're always number one. You're number one in our heart.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks. So obviously, really kind of a statement when today going into this, I mean, obviously the Whale are a great defensive team. How did you prepare for that kind of team?
You guys, who was that to? Me, the kids?
Anybody who wants to answer, I guess.
Tatum, go ahead.
I think it was just getting everyone going. We had 4 lines all rolling, and everyone was relentless out there, and we knew we had to take it shift by shift, and I think we did just that.
Mac?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have to agree with Tatum. It's so important to have everybody rolling and doing their best out there, and I think everyone was prepared coming into the game, and we gave it our all, and the end result was great.
Yeah, and I think what we focused on the coaching staff is making sure we're preparing for, down the line, and the details were important. Having a complete game, we knew we would probably going to be off for a slow start because they had a couple days rest and we had already played a game, so we kind of prepared that. Yep, it's going to be a little rocky. I told them we had a little rocky seas, and then we needed to get in that second period and have some smooth sailing. We literally said that to them.
Gotcha. Now, for you guys, you guys have a couple off days coming up. Now, what are you focusing on to get back into it for the semis?
Just keeping everyone healthy and fresh, and just doing the little things. Really just playing on a team like this in the short period of time is keeping your energy up, making sure you're eating, making sure you're looking after yourself, do your recovery, no doing too many crazy dance moves where you could, fall down. But, no, seriously, just keep it rolling, keep it loose, have some fun. I don't know about these guys.
Yeah, for sure. Just keeping it loose and keeping healthy is going to be important over the next couple of days.
Keeping our masks on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Just continuing to do the little things, and the things that make us great are important for these next few days as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Angelica.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Next up, we have Melissa from the Victory Press.
Melissa, how are you?
So obviously you guys are, in a really good position heading into the semifinals later this week. How do you prepare over the next few days? Obviously you'll know tomorrow who your opponent's going to be, but what do you have to do differently to prepare for Buffalo versus Boston?
I mean, they're both really good teams, and I mean, they're good, but they're different. So, we had this pre-scout on them early. We're going to probably do the same kind of things. I look at Boston as starting to hit their stride. I mean, I think they're going to be very formidable, but Buffalo has great goaltending. They got some great players. They're hard to play. They're big. They're physical. So, you got a big physical team with a goalie in Buffalo, and you got a fast team with a lot of weapons for Boston. So it's really going to depend on who we play.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Melissa. Next up, we have Holly Morrison.
Holly, what
Hey
up?
everybody. I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. It's nice to win.
It was great to watch. I've got a question for Tatum actually. So you were sort of a relatively late addition to this team, sort of not announced to be joining until January. So what does it mean to you to sort of, one, be able to be here, and two, to get your first goal tonight?
It's a really special experience. I mean, it means everything to be here, and I'm honored to play on a professional women's team out of Toronto, my hometown. I mean, home country, I guess. So it means a lot, and to get my first goal, I mean, that was special too. Off a nice pass from Shai, who was an amazing player. So, I mean, it was just a great experience all around.
Awesome. Can you talk about sort of a little bit what it's like to be able to play with Cheyenne Darkangelo and Grant Mentis? They're obviously some great players.
Yeah, two awesome players, and individuals are both great on and off the ice. I mean, on the ice, Shai's always there supporting you, talking to you, which is awesome. And then Bucky brings the fun out there and makes us stay loose. So it's a great two line mates to have.
Yeah, and thanks to her, I owe Bucky a pizza because I told her if she scored a goal, I'd buy her pizza. We can do that in pro. That's what's awesome. In college, if I said that, it'd be a violation.
Awesome. Thank you.
Next up, we have Mike Murphy.
Love the name Murph.
Thanks. My question's for Mackenzie. Congratulations on the 2-goal game. You came into this game, looking for your first point. You had a pretty big game with 2 goals. The question I have for you as someone who really stepped up for the offense today is, through 6 games now, I think the 6 have averaged 41 shots on goal. And you guys are doing all this while missing some pretty key players the last 2 games. How much does that say about the depth of this offense and the contributions that we're seeing from the blue line with, Taylor Woods just keeps scoring goals from back there?
I know. T Woods is awesome, and no matter what line you put out there, they'll get the puck to the net, they'll get shots on net. Everyone's been working so well together, and collectively we've been putting lots of shots up on the board, but also putting pucks in the net today felt pretty good as well. So that was great.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks. I think we have time for a couple more questions. So we'll go Dan and then Hannah.
Hey, Mike, I just want to tell you one thing. Mike, Mac here plays on the love line. I don't know if you guys knew about the love line. It's her, Bree, Bennett Wilson Bennett, and Marcuzzi. So they're the love line. I don't know if you
That's
guys
the
know.
love line?
Yeah,
All right,
because
well-
they wear red. And we split them up. We had them playing early in the year, and then they kind of went away from each other, and I didn't like it, and we put them back together, and the love came back. And they hunt pucks like no other, man. They're so good.
I have 2 pretty great line mates.
That's what love will do.
That's
Sounds
love.
good.
Love wins. Love wins.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
There's a shirt. This is love.
Love.
Thanks, Coach. Next up, I think I said Dan. We'll go with Dan.
Thanks. Dan Rice from the Hockey Writers. My first question for Mackenzie, I don't remember if it was your first or second goal. I think it was the second one where you shot over the defender that was diving down, and your shot went up over her, and I think over the goalie's shoulder. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it went short side.
Now,
Yeah.
if you hadn't scored the goal prior to that, would your confidence level have been at that point where you feel comfortable taking that shot right there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always getting told to shoot more. So I think on that opportunity, I definitely had an open shot to take there, and I had my line mate Bree saying, shoot, shoot, shoot. So I got the puck to the net, and it went right in.
Great.
She's deadly in practice. She doesn't shoot enough. She's got so many weapons, and she's just a great player. And I'm over the moon that she's up here right now and scored 2 goals. Like she's such a great player to coach both of these guys. Like they're so humble. they just do their job. Like, I feel like, you know, Bill Belichick, do your job. You don't even have to say that. They just do it. It's unbelievable.
I was particularly impressed with the accuracy from that close with so much going on in front of you. And finally, for Coach, you know, back when you started putting this team together, when the team gets announced and all that, this has to be, right, the best case scenario that you could have envisioned, sitting as the top seed now, a few days off here to recharge, rest, do a little scouting. I'm sure tomorrow you'll be at the rink watching the game, right? And this has to be the ultimate, everything you could have hoped for, right?
Well, everything I hope for is winning the Isabel Cup. So we got first steps over, check. Many lessons learned over the course, check. And now it's just finishing. And, you know, these teams are so strong. It's anyone's game, you know, and puck luck happens, hot goalies happen. So all bets are off. It's a new tournament. That's how we're going to approach it. And we just got to dig deep and get to the next game. One game at a time, one period at a time, one shift at a time. That's how we approach it. And that's how the T6 plays. And these kids were handpicked to have that attitude when we play hockey. No prima donnas, no people that are more important than anyone else, and they care about the mission of the T6. And that's why I'm so proud of them.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Last question goes to Hannah.
Thanks for the time. First question for Coach. Can you give us an update on Boquist, Woods, and Barbera with their injuries? Is it related to COVID precautions or something else?
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you, but just kidding. No, they're day to day right now. We're hoping that we get them back, but we can't really comment on that because we don't want Boston or Buffalo to know.
All right, we won't tell them. And then last question for whoever knows the story behind this. What is the story behind the pancakes situation? Is it,
That's all for Digit.
So it's a long story, but I'll make it short. When I was coaching back in the 90s, when I was having my daughter, I had a mentor coach. His name was Russell McCurdy, and he was a coach at UNH. And I knew I was going to have my baby during hockey season, so he had to come coach. And he always used to say, eat a pancake, score a goal. Because back in the 90s, you always had day games. So your pregame meal was always breakfast. So I just kind of turned it into, guys, we got to score goals. And you know what? After you score a goal, eat a pancake. And it just like took off. And I've said it for all my teams. And today it's funny that you say it because I had a very descriptive pregame speech about pancakes. So thanks for bringing that up again. It was very descriptive. I talked about the fluffy pancake stack and the steam coming off them, the butter, you know, you cut it with a little maple syrup and you put it in your mouth. Like, it was just really funny.
incredible?
That's how we do it though. We have so much fun.
The Twitch chat was talking a lot about it during the game, which is why I asked. But thank you for that wonderful story.
Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks for all your questions and thanks for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys. You're important. We love you. Round of applause with the tiny hands for everyone. So I'm here with Mackenzie MacNeil and Taytum Clairmont because both of them, you scored your first goals, right?
Yeah.
Both of you guys. And couldn't be more proud of the Toronto Six finishing the regular season. Just in total team fashion, Chuli getting the shutout, so many people on the scoreboard. We were a little late to the other press conference because we had to do the dance party. Well, we really weren't late, but we were like choreographing some dance moves, so look on Twitter for those. But no, seriously, like these kids have fun. Everyone plays together. They play as a total unit. At the end of the game, well, at the beginning of the game, I told them how proud I was of them. And then at the end, I'm like, and then now I'm more proud. So they just do whatever you ask. They continue to amaze me, and I'm glad that we're getting to the semifinals, and let's see who we play.
Perfect. And we'll open things up to questions now. So just hop in.
What do we got?
Hi, Digit. My name is Nee. I'm from the Pro Sports Podcasters.
Hi, Nate.
Hello. Today's obviously a great result for the franchise in the first season. Secure the top seed, fantastic result all around, and you get the day off as well tomorrow. So how do you look to keep the momentum going into the semifinals?
Well, it's about, doing the pre-scout, understanding who we're going to play, keeping the kids healthy, and just, we're just laughing because both of these guys tomorrow go to work, right? So it's 10 o'clock at night. And these athletes are amazing because they're computer software sales by day, Mac here, and Tatum's social media by day, and then hockey player by night. So just keep them rested. We'll have a couple pregame skates, but we're really prepared as a team. Like all our systems have just been phenomenally executed, and we just see who we play and we take it a game at a time, and then we show up. That's it. That's how they play.
Excellent. And are you looking to make any adjustments for the semifinals?
Well, it's really going to depend on who we play. Buffalo's a strong physical team with a great goalie. They're a great team. They were tough to play against. And Boston's fast and quick and just going to throw a lot of pucks at us. So it's really going to depend on the opponent. But we play our game, and we're going to see how they play and make a couple of adjustments. But at the end of the day, if we execute our systems, no one can beat us.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. I love your accent. You get that all the time, I'm sure.
I do. I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
I'll go next. Justin Levine, Toronto 6 Media. Digital, I'll start with you. This team just continues to impress. A 4-game win streak now, #1 seed in the NWHL. Can you talk about how you guys got here as an expansion team and, why this is such a huge moment for you guys?
Well, I'm just going to say that these players are all really good, but the difference in the secret sauce is the heart that they have and the attitude they have. Like, these guys right now are up here with me because they're humble. They do whatever you ask. They're self-deprecating. They just have fun. They love the game, and they're on the mission of the Toronto Six, which is education, inclusion, and empowerment. And they believe in the product, and they're just going to play until they drop, and they're just going to bleed Six blood, and they're just going to get it done. That's how we built this team, and no one's better than anyone else. I mean, funny story, we have 2 different locker rooms. One's the nice Taj Mahal, and the other one has a couple of folding chairs in. And I say to Shai, our captain, where, who are we going to put where? And she's like, I'll go in the one that's not the Taj Mahal. Like, that's just a quick story of what our team's about and what our leadership goes by. So these guys are unbelievable. I can't say enough about them. That's how the team was put together.
And Mackenzie, I'll ask you, you played in the CWHL, now you're coming over to the NWHL. And I mean, can you talk about what the experience has been like being with the Six up to this point and, getting those 2 goals and, the importance of that tonight, especially now climbing into the #1 seed?
I mean, it feels great to score. I'm sure Tatum can say that too. Just the transition from the CWHL to the NWHL, they've really been treating us like true professionals here. It's been really nice. They make sure we have the best of the best and everything, and they're very accommodating, more so in our work schedules, I would say, and making sure that we can be there and be present and be ready when it's time to get on the ice. I'm really happy. I'm really proud to be on this team and representing Toronto again in the NWHL this time.
Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to hop in here. This is Erica Ayala with the Founding Four podcast. But this question is for you, Tatum. I was over with my colleagues on the American media side, but I heard you mention that you're playing for your home country team, and I'm just curious to get your thoughts about knowing that the Toronto Six will be able to play on NBC Sports Network in the United States, which is national television. It's the first time the National Women's Hockey League and any women's pro sport in the United States will be on national television. The impact that you think that can have for a Canadian team to be on that stage.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty special opportunity for women's hockey and to help it grow. But like, it's not even for the little kids. It's also for the kids that are still in college. Like, it's giving them opportunity and a route to go when they're done with college and know that they don't have to just hang up their skates. There's a league out there, and it's raising awareness about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Tatum. And for you, Mackenzie, I've always been drawn to what Digit Murphy has said about this franchise, and she said it again. That's about education, inclusion, and empowerment. And for you to be a part of this team, thinking of those three things, what does that mean for you, and how do you try to embody that aspect of the Toronto Six?
Yeah,
Or Toronto. I'm sorry. I'm learning. I'm sorry. I'm American. Toronto Six.
That's okay. No worries. And I think it all starts with our leadership and the way our team is led, from the coaches, from the captains, all the way down. Everyone on our team is a true leader, and I know everyone has strong values. And I don't know, I have a lot of great things to say about my teammates, and there's a lot of just great leaders and great people on the team, and I'm happy to be here and learn from all of them.
Thank you both.
Erica, I love your podcast. Keep it going.
Thanks, Digit. Appreciate that.
We need more messages out there about education, inclusion, and empowerment.
Do you have any other questions?
Come on.
I've
got one.
Oh, go ahead. Go.
My name's Ryan Hobart. I'm from the Leafs Nation blog. I wanted to ask Coach Murphy if what kinds of extra challenges you're facing playing with a short-handed roster.
To be honest, I think the players are getting in more flow with the three lines, because what I personally didn't. I mean, I'm glad we had the long bench. Don't get me wrong, in this short event, but the TV timeouts really go for a short bench kind of team. Like, I was watching Minnesota a couple times, and they were playing two lines because you can, right? And with our team, they get in a flow with the three lines. We talked in the third period, offense, defense off, get your line mates out there, get in a rhythm, and they just do it, and a short bench, I'm not going to say it's helping us, but it could be. We'll see. We'll see on Thursday. That's a good point, though. Thank you for asking that question.
No problem, man. Thank you for the answer. That's all I've got.
We love Leafs Nation, by the way. Tell them, go. Rock.
Thanks. I will.
Did I clap my hands? Clap hands for Leaf Nation.
Justin, you mentioned you want to hop back in.
Yeah, I want to ask Tatum a question. Tatum, you come from the Waterloo Warriors in youth sports, and now you're on the professional stage with the Toronto Six and getting all the way to this point. Can you talk about what your experience has been like with this hockey club and, what it means to you to be a part of it?
It's been an awesome experience, and just talking about the team themselves, I was just telling my parents, I love every girl on this team. It's just a great group of people, and we all have the same motive and energy, and we just work so well together. It's been an awesome experience, and the hockey, just makes it even better.
It's like they're a little mini family. They're all best friends. It's like a sorority. I hate to say it.
I'll take it. It's been fun to watch. I'm sure we can all say that. Now getting to the number one seed, I think, it's awesome that you guys have been able to get from expansion team up to this point as the leader and the team to chase going into the semifinals.
I will say one thing, though. Just because you win the regular season doesn't mean you win the cup. And I will be reminding them of that. Don't think you're all that in a bag of chips yet. Wait till you win the cup. Then you can celebrate.
Well said, Coach.
Thank you.
I'd actually like to hop back in here for a minute, Digit, to ask you a question, actually, as your role as president. Have you thought about what you would like season 7 to look like yet?
I knew someone was going to ask me that question. I think I wish we can play a regular season. I hope COVID's done. That would be great. That would be number one wish on my list. I just would really love to see more of the best players coming together and playing in the league. I think it's going to happen. I think it's about time. I think showcasing our sport on NBC television is going to do a lot. We're getting 40,000 viewers on Twitch. I think sponsors are going to come out. And I think the stories behind the NWHL, what I'd like to see in season 7 is the stories told. Like the stories told about Mac being, a computer software person by day and a hockey player by night. Same thing with Taytum. She works for a major social media company by day and hockey players at night. We can't be ashamed of those stories. We need to bring those stories out because we're proud of our women, and they're doing it all. And they're frying the bacon up in the pan.
Well, that's why we have the 6 fix, right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So we got time for one more question. If anyone wants to hop in, they can end us off.
I'll jump in if that's all right. My question is for Digit once again. And obviously it's been a great bubble for both the Six and for the league in general. Records have been broken in terms of views on Twitch with the regular season games. We switch over to the national coverage on NBC from Thursday and Friday. But Digit, will we see some Canadian broadcasters picking up the 6 games in the future?
In the future, or I'm hopeful. I think one of the reasons why the Canadian broadcasters probably hadn't picked them up so far is because everything happened so quickly. And it's really hard to adjust. I think that there may have been some discussions with some Canadian broadcast networks, but I don't think it came together. So we're hoping to get maybe another team in Canada next year. Foreshadow. They're probably going to kill me for saying it, but I think it's important that we know that hockey's here to stay. The NWHL is here to stay. We have great owners behind us, and we're going to get it done. We're going to continue to bang the drum for women's hockey in the world on a global stage, and it happens right here in North America. We're coming at you, season 7.
Love to hear it.
I think that's a good one to end off on. Thanks, everyone, for coming.